Hello everyone. So I wanted to do a video. I haven't been on here in quite some time. I have now been on Ideal Protein since about the beginning of March. If you hear strange sounds, that's my daughter in the other room playing with her Furby. And you know, they talk Furbish and stuff, so it sounds kind of weird sometimes. So that's what that sound is, in case you're wondering. But anyway, I started at 246.6 was how much I weighed when I started, and I'm today at like 204, 205. Today is July 21st, 2021. So I've been on this program for several months now, and it's the hardest thing I've ever done. So I'll tell you some things that I wish I would have realized from the get-go. So, I wish I would have realized that I wouldn't lose as much weight as quickly as I thought I was going to. Like, in the beginning, and you have to stay, by the way, you have to stay in phase 1 until you're at your goal weight, which I'm nowhere even close to. My goal weight is 165. So I kind of looked at the first week of weight loss, and I think the first week I lost like 4 pounds, which is when you lose the most. And a lot of people say they lose like 6 to 10 pounds their first week, and I didn't. Okay, I lost 4 pounds and I was happy with it. But I just kind of assumed that every week thereafter would be around 4 pounds, because this is a very strict diet. And it has not, my average weight loss has been around 2 pounds, and if I'm lucky, 3 pounds, but for the most part it's been around 2 pounds, and sometimes I might even lose like just 1 pound. I've never had a week that I didn't lose at least 1 pound, but this is a very strict diet. I can't say that enough. Okay, you can't even have a Diet Coke. Pretty much the only thing you can drink is water, tea, coffee, and when you have the tea and the coffee, you have to have stevia. You can't even have Splenda or many other fake sugars. Let me see. Basically, you get all their food except for your dinner, which is only 4 to 6 ounces of a lean protein, like fish or like the white meat of chicken. You're not even supposed to have dark meat of chicken. Okay. If you love seafood, well, guess what? You can't have butter. So the only oil you can have is 2, is it teaspoons? I think it's 2 teaspoons. Is it teaspoons or I think it's teaspoons of oil a day. And these have to be like a healthy oil, like olive oil or I think grapeseed oil is another one, but it has to be a healthy oil. So you can't even have butter. So if you think you're gonna, you know, have some crab legs with some butter or something, that's really not allowed. Now, I have done that a few times because I really wanted some butter and crab legs, but if you're trying to be strict on the diet, which is the best way to go and the best way to lose your weight the quickest, no butter. So maybe it's best that I didn't realize that, because if I would have known that I would only average about 10 pounds a month of weight loss for as strict as I'm eating, I probably would have been like, forget it, it's too hard. It's not worth it. That's way too little of pounds for what I'm eating. Like, yeah, I had like tallied up. I'm like, okay, 4 pounds of weight loss times this many weeks. So by August, I'll be at my goal weight, and then, you know, I can eat some food again. So get that out of your mind. Like, yeah, so I've been on it since March. So March, April, May, June, July. going on 5 months, and I've lost only, I mean, I hate to say only because I feel proud of myself. I feel like I've come a long way, but it's been quite a long time for that 40 pounds to come off. And, yeah, and don't compare yourself to other people, because I've seen so many other people post and been like, oh, I've lost 50 pounds like in 2 months or something crazy. So just keep at it. If you're going to do it as strict as you possibly can. But if it's like, sometimes I feel like if I don't cheat just a little bit, there's no way I can stay on it. So when it gets to a point like that, I would say go ahead and cheat a little bit if it's to a point to where if you don't get that little cheat, you're going to stop doing it altogether. But try to stay as close to the program as you can. Like, for example, and I'm not a doctor or anything, this is just my own personal opinion of what I've done. I'm not trying to give you any nutritional advice or anything, but just for me, I have never cheated with any sugar or any carb. So like, I've never had a piece of cake as a cheat. However, if I had some crab legs and I wanted to have some butter, I know that's not a healthy oil, but to me it's better to cheat with a little bit of butter than like a piece of cake, because I know the butter won't, set my blood sugar off and all that stuff. So when I say I've cheated just a little bit, like, those are the types of cheats that I'm talking about. Also, one time, I don't know, like 3 times during this whole thing, I've had a Diet Coke just because I really wanted one. And a Diet Coke goes really good with crab legs and butter. So yeah, but for the most part, I've stayed pretty strict with the program, and I can't complain about it. I mean, it's the only thing that has worked for me. I have tried the other high-fat keto, where you eat all the fat you want and all that stuff. I tried that. I gained weight. It did not work for me. Other people around me tried it. It worked great for them. Didn't work for me. So this program is low fat and low carb. So get it through your head, because I don't think I understood in the beginning exactly how strict this was and exactly how hard this was. So if you're not at rock bottom and ready to seriously change your whole lifestyle around this, don't even start it, because it's no joke. And you're going to be at this phase 1, especially if you have more than a few pounds to lose, for quite some time. So get used to it. Let me see what else. This is a very expensive diet. No bones about it. This is an expensive diet. Yeah. You can easy spend $500 a month doing this diet. You need to buy food from the clinic every week, and one little packet of food is $5. So, and you have to buy 21, or you're supposed to buy 21 packets of food every week. So it's 21 times 5. Then you have your supplements and vitamins. And every clinic is different and stuff, but I think as far as the prices of the actual products, it's probably about the same price. For the actual omega-3 pills, they are, I believe, $90 for just that one bottle of pills. Now, granted, they last you quite a while, but trust me, this is an expensive diet, okay? And you have to buy a lot of fresh vegetables. And you won't be having any fruit, so don't worry about fruit. But you have to buy a lot of vegetables on a regular basis. So if you know that you're not going to have the money to spend like $500 a month, or at least like at the bare minimum, probably like, see, it depends on the clinic you have, because some of them don't force you to buy a certain amount of food, but some of them do. So, I mean, if you don't have $400 a month, at least bare minimum to spend on this, I wouldn't even probably start it. If I would have known how expensive it was going to be, I would look more into the Ideal Protein alternatives, because you can do an alternative program that's very similar to this. You're just not going to have all their food, but there's other products out there that are very similar, and you could do it a whole lot cheaper and probably lose the same amount of weight as this one. Now, I can't speak for that totally because I've had a coach that I've went to pretty much every week. And I know a lot of times I would have cheated had I not had a coach that I would have to basically answer to on that week. So I used to always think, okay, having a coach is like stupid. Like, I don't need that. Like, and I still feel almost like aggravated when I have to go every week. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I know that there's been tons of times that I would have just on my own been like, oh, I'll just eat this for now and not worry about it, if I knew that there wasn't something I had to be accountable to. So, the coach at my clinic, and I know a lot of clinics are different, and some of them you just go in and weigh. My coach actually spends time and talks to me. She answers any questions. It's $35 every time I go. And one time, it was just a phone call that I was charged $35 for. So I had talked to her and I said, look, if I had known that it was a phone call that I would be charged $35 for, I would have waited for my next coaching session. I was not happy about that. So her and I agreed that just the next time it's time for me to have my weekly weigh-in or whatever, instead of doing the phone call, or if I couldn't make it in, like that time I couldn't make it in, I would just wait to see her on my next go-in, because to me, I don't think $35 for a 10-minute phone call is worth it. I wouldn't do that. So, but she told me that nobody else had ever complained about it or said anything about it. So I guess there's tons of other people that do find it worth it, that they pay $35 for a 10-minute phone call or even a 20-minute phone call. I wouldn't pay $35 for any kind of a phone call, really. So to me, I just would wait till I go in there and see her in person again. I don't like paying the coaching fee just even to see her in person. But so if I had to do it, if I did this program over again, I would specifically look for a clinic that does not charge a weekly coaching fee, or at least gives you the option if you want to go in there every week, because it's $35 times 4, you know. Some people have a car payment that's about that, you know, so you add that cost onto the cost of the food every week, and it gets pretty expensive. So I would just, you know, all together. Now, I couldn't have done this by myself, and my coach is great, and I appreciate her and all that stuff, but just because I'm a single parent and I'm very frugal with my money, and if I were to do this over again, I would have done ideal protein alternative, to where you don't have to pay $5 for a packet of food, and you can kind of just do it more on your own, and you don't have to go in and see a coach every week. Now, I'm saying that now, being that I've lost 40 pounds, but maybe I wouldn't have lost this weight if I would have done it on my own and not had that coach. But, so it's hard for me to look back in retrospect. But, yeah, I probably would have tried to do it had I known, you know, then what I know now. I just know that there are ways to do this that's a whole lot cheaper. And if you don't have the money, you just don't have the money. You know, sometimes you get in there and sometimes they'll try to kind of make you feel bad, or it seems like that, you know. They'll be like, oh, well, if you don't think it's worth the money, then I'm not doing my job. So that makes me feel bad, that I feel like I'm making them feel bad. And sometimes it's not that they're not doing their job. It's, if you don't have the money, you don't have the money, okay? So, and I know that people that come from money, or people that have always had the money, you know, everybody's got a different idea of broke, or, you know, whatever. Some people can't even relate to that aspect. They can't even relate at all. They think, well, if it's worth it, it's worth it, and that's just how it is. But to me, it's better to do a, you know, alternative program and still do it than just saying I don't have the money and I'm not going to do it at all, because that's just sad. I mean, you can do this program in an alternative way. It might be a little bit more difficult if you don't have a coach to kind of give you a little pep talk every week, but I mean, it's very doable. So I'm just saying, thank God I'm blessed enough to have the money to do it for now. But if I had to do it over again, I think I would like to try doing it on my own with the alternative stuff, because it's a lot cheaper. And it does get expensive. And sometimes you don't always feel like going into this clinic every single week. So, but you know, my coach is great. She's very nice. She answers all my questions. I can text her. This is another good thing about having the coach. You can text her anytime. Sorry for my hair, it's a hot mess. Text her pretty much anytime and she'll answer your questions and stuff, and that's nice. So, of course, it's nice to have, you know, all that, but it is doable on your own. You just have to put a little bit more work in. I mean, she gives me recipes and stuff, but I mean, really, it's nothing that I couldn't find on my own. I mean, sometimes she'll give me recipes that I have in my book already. I bought the cookbook, so she's basically giving me stuff I already have, you know, and it's nice for her to just hand me the one page and stuff, but really, if you don't have the money for the coach or whatever, I just want to make it clear you can do this on your own. Maybe later, after I'm completely done with the whole program, I will make some more videos about some alternative ways to do something like this for those of you that can't afford to go to a clinic and pay $35 a week plus the cost of food. So basically, if you order all the food that you're supposed to, and hold on, let me do some math over here real quick. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just going to give you a rundown of about how much it is, at least at my clinic, for just an average week of what you would spend on this, just to give you an idea. See, because if you see this on TV or something, they'll say, oh, the meals are only like about, you know, $5 a meal. So you're thinking, oh, you know, that's not so bad, but they're not adding in the coaching fee and the vitamins and all this stuff. So let me just do a little math here. Hold on. So you have to have 3 packets of food a day, and that's 7 days a week. So that's 21. So 21 times 5. So that's $105, plus you have your $35 coaching fee. And a lot of these places don't charge a coaching fee, but they also don't really coach. You just basically go in there, get weighed, get measured, and you're out the door with your food. So, but I'm adding in my coaching fee because they do charge me a coaching fee. And like I said, my coach is great. She's nice. She listens to me. She gives me the, you know, pep talk and stuff. So, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, downsize her role in my weight loss. I don't know if I could have done it without her, but I'm appreciative that she has helped me this far. And sometimes I think that maybe I've been so successful because I have invested so much money into this. It's true. I've always thought it was BS, but I've seen for myself, it's actually true. Like, have you ever seen something online and they're giving away a free course, and when it's free and you don't pay for it, you kind of don't pay it that much attention. They'll send you the email about this free master class or course or whatever, and you're like, I'll look at it later. And when you do look at it, you're kind of not paying attention because it was free, so you don't put value on it because you didn't pay for it. But if you have a course that you really want to learn about and you paid $100 for it, you're paying attention to that course because you paid for it. And I think it's also the same in this. So although I do say that you can do this in an alternative way, sometimes I wonder if it's the mental thought process that helps you lose the weight if an investment is put on it. Like, I put a lot of money down to start this program, and I pay a lot of money every week to keep it going. And I think knowing that I've put so much money into this makes me not want to mess up, because I'm like, if I give up now, all that money that I have been spending all this time has been wasted, and I really don't want to waste my money. So I do think that's a part of it, and it helps you be successful when you do have to spend money on it, because it makes it valuable for you. And this is like some weird human trait that we have, that when we pay for something, we appreciate it more. But it's true, or at least it's been true for me. There's been several times that I thought to myself, boy, if I had only spent like this much money on it, I would have gave up by now. But knowing that I put so much money up front and I pay so much money every week, it makes it valuable to me. I don't want to waste my money that I've invested already. Okay, so the 105 plus the 35 coaching. Okay, and then we add, let's say you need omega-3 and you need some multivitamins. This is just for 1 week. So plus the 90 for the omega-3, and I believe the multivitamins are around 30. So hold on, let me add this up. Okay. 140 plus the 90 for the basically fish oil vitamins. And then the other 30 for the multivitamin. So 1 week of food and 2 bottles of vitamins is $260. So, you know, just know that this isn't a cheap diet. So yeah. So it's a great program. It's the only thing that's worked for me. I've lost about 40 pounds now, give or take, because it's funny, like one day it'll say 205 and then the very next morning it'll like bounce up a pound or two, but it always trends in the downward way. So I like that. So my goal is 165. Please stick with me, support me, comment, like the video, give me some love, you know, tell me if you're on the program, if yours is as expensive as mine is. Tell me if you feel the same way that I feel about, if you hadn't invested so much money, would you still be on it? Like, do you find it more valuable because you've spent so much money on it and you don't want to waste your money, so you keep going? And at the end of it, I hate to say if I get to my goal weight, but when I get to my goal weight, all the money that I've paid will be totally worth it. Like, I'd pretty much pay just about anything to get to my goal weight, because being overweight for me has been absolutely miserable. Please forgive how I look. I haven't even gotten dressed for the day or anything. I haven't brushed my hair, nothing. So, but I hate waiting until I look perfect before I make a video. So this is me. This is my reality of what I look like with no makeup on and stuff. So yeah, that's my take on Ideal Protein, of me still being on it and still sticking with it. And yeah, wish me luck, and hopefully next time I won't wait so long before I get back up here, and maybe I'll try to figure out, I really don't know much about YouTube and how to add pictures and all this stuff, but I might try to figure out how to do like a before and after, because I have come quite a long way so far, and I've lost, to me, a significant amount of weight, and hopefully my face looks a little bit skinnier. So yeah, with that said, if you're on it, good luck to you. Thanks for watching me. I'm sorry if I've dragged this on, but I felt like I had a lot to say about it. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.